Welcome to another episode of the Irregular show. I am the host with the most, aka Sleepy Melbourne, in the building. Welcome, guys and madams. We are here to talk about Tower of God, chapter 621. And we start off right where the last chapter ended. AMEZ is a mess. Enkidu is looking a little bewildered and bloodied. But we have a new arrival. Eden is here. He says, Tramire, have you seen AMEZ? Then he sees AMEZ's body and the blood and immediately understands the situation at hand and lets Enkidu know that I will kill you. And before Enkidu can even get 3 steps away, he is struck by Kun's lightning, and then he has his head severed from the rest of his body. Even though his head was severed, he still remains alive, but the one to sever his head is not Kun, however. Kun said that he had questions for him. The one that severed his head from his body was none other than Tramire. Now, this could be seen as an act of unbridled rage for the murder of AMEZ, but I think we'll continue on with the chapter and see what we conclude at the very end. So we get to a new scene, new location, which is people who are waiting for Lusek to accomplish his mission. However, they notice that they are not getting any signal from him. They cannot reach him, but he still seems to be inside the house, which means that he hasn't escaped with AMEZ yet. His co-conspirators immediately break camp and escape because we aren't here to engage in conflict. We were here to get AMEZ. If AMEZ isn't coming, then well, it is time for us to get up on out of here. Lusek, you'll have to figure it out on your own. However, we move back to Enkidu, who was not dead. He was just a floating head in a jelly. We get a scene with not all the family heads, with 4 of the great family heads surrounding AMEZ, all in despair, being unable to revive her, having no ability to bring those who have passed back to life. Noticeably, Tramire is not inside of the room with the rest of the family heads. He has shut himself off, but Gustang is on the case. Gustang has a duty to uphold, and that is to investigate and record the events of that day. And so he goes to Tramire to discuss with him what happened. This leads Tramire to ask to be invited to, I guess, the interrogation of Enkidu. It's not really an interrogation, but more of a conversation or a couple of questions. And so Gustang asked Enkidu why he killed AMEZ, to which Enkidu says that V told him to do it. Gives this story about how V contacted him and told him that he should kill AMEZ, pretending to be one of the other, and then pretend to be one of the great family heads, and that way to cause a rift between them. Which I really don't understand how that would work. There's a few holes inside this story. Like, sure, he could pretend to be AMEZ, but like, what would that really do? And like, pretending to be one of the other great family heads, and they're still around, also doesn't really make that much sense. But that's what he said his plan was. Tramire debunks this, saying you weren't in contact with V directly. He, in Kidu, says that he got the mission from AMEZ, well, through AMEZ from V, and that's how they were in contact. Tramure says that the frog that he brought, who seemingly has an ability to discern falsities from the truth with him, says that the frog also believes that he is telling the truth and tells Gustang to incinerate his disgusting face. However, that is not what happens. All of the family heads are in agreement about Enkidu's death except for Gustang. And so they come up with the solution of sealing him forever inside of a overflowing plant that will continuously grow and gain size and mass, basically in infinitum. Or it was supposed to be until it looks like either Gustang or a woman came and put a spell on the sprout and stopped its evolution. The reason that Gustang decided to lock up Enkidu instead of killing him may not have been out of compassion for Enkidu. Perhaps it was because I hoped that the truth I learned that day would never be forgotten, even if it never revealed. If what I had heard from Enkidu that day was true, I didn't kill her. I didn't kill her. I am not human. Tramure controlled me that day. I cannot kill them by my own will. That was a condition imposed on me to receive the blessing of the administrator. If it was not Enkidu, then maybe the one who killed AMEZ that day was him, Tramure. And now some of his actions and his need to control everything kind of make sense, and maybe he felt an overwhelming sense to need to control AMEZ, and when he couldn't actualize that, he did the next best thing. He removed the thing he couldn't control from existence. But that's crazy. If he really controlled Enkidu to kill AMEZ after wanting to marry AMEZ and spend his life with her, all because she decided that she wants to continue going forward on the tower journey, I can't rock with him if that's what really happened. And so now I need the truth to be revealed. So as they say, more will be revealed. But this has been the regular show. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment below. And thank you. I'm out.